Okie dokie. Let me introduce you to Larry Fink. You've probably never heard of him, and if you haven't, that's completely fine. Most people haven't, in fairness. And he's not a celebrity. He's not some flashy internet finance bloke, and he's definitely not standing in front of a rented Lamborghini telling you to manifest abundance. This man is the chairman and CEO of BlackRock, and in simple terms, that means he sits at the very top of one of the biggest, most powerful investment firms in the world. Larry Fink leads BlackRock, and the company says it is trusted to manage more money than any other investment company in the world. So when someone like that starts talking about where money, ownership and investment might be heading in the future, I pay attention. Not because I blindly agree with everything any rich man says, but because when someone at that level starts speaking publicly about a shift that's going to impact all of us, it usually means serious people have been studying this for a while, and probably I should know something about it. BlackRock says Fink and 7 partners founded the firm in 1988, and under his leadership, it has grown into a global leader in investment and technology solutions. And this matters to you because if you're a woman who's had a proper career and saved well, maybe you've done all those sensible things. You don't need more noise. You just need signals from the right people. You need to know, what are the grown-ups seeing, what's changing underneath the surface, and what are they positioning for before the rest of us in the public catches on. One of the things that Larry Fink is talking about right now is tokenization. Now, I know that sounds like one of those dreadful words that makes normal people like us want to go put the kettle on, but please just stay with me here for a moment, because this is where it's going to get really interesting.
I would say the biggest question from central banks is, what is the role of tokenization and digitization? How quickly should they think about digitizing their own currency? What does that mean for the role of the dollar? If every currency digitizes and we have, what does that mean for bank payments? What does that mean for the payment companies like MasterCard and Visa? All these are being questioned right now. I think we spend so much time talking about AI. We're not spending enough time talking about how quickly we're going to tokenize every financial asset and the opportunity we're going to have a digital wallet and moving ETFs and other things through a digital wallet. And I think that's going to happen worldwide very rapidly. And I think most countries are ill-prepared for that and underappreciate how technology is changing that, not unlike how technology is changing AI and other things. It will be changing the technology around the plumbing of finance.
The World Economic Forum describes tokenization as creating digital representations of assets on blockchain so they can be traded, tracked, and managed easily. And notes that Larry Fink has described tokens as effectively digital deeds. In simple terms, what Larry Fink is talking about is this. What if ownership itself starts moving into a more digital form? What if assets that used to be slow, clunky, paper heavy, and mostly reserved for the already wealthy could be tracked, divided, fractionalized, transferred, and managed far more efficiently? That's why this matters, because if one of the biggest names in the mainstream investing world is saying the future may involve more digital ownership rails, then this is no longer just a weird little corner of the internet where lads argue about tokens and coins. This suggests something far, far bigger, and it suggests that the plumbing of the finance world itself might be changing. WEF says tokenization can make transactions faster, allows assets to be split into smaller shares, and simplify how assets are managed. And this is the bit I really want women like us to grasp. You do not need to become a trader. You do not need to become a tech expert. You do not need to start speaking in acronyms and behaving like you're a panel in Canary Wharf. What you do need to understand, however, is just enough to recognise that the world is changing in a way that will affect your future. Just a personal insert here. This is one of the reasons I stayed with this subject, because the more I looked into it, the more I realised that crypto isn't just about price charts. It's about something much bigger. Who owns what, how value moves, who gets access, and whether ordinary people learn early enough to benefit from what is being built. Oh, one more thing. When people hear words like BlackRock, tokenization, digital assets, they sometimes assume this is all too big and too technical, far too far away from our normal life. But actually, the opposite is really true. And the reason that this matters is because if investing, ownership and access start changing at the top, those changes eventually will work their way down into our ordinary everyday life. So I don't need you to remember every detail about Larry Fink. What I do want you to remember is this. He's not some random bloke off the internet. He's one of the people who's standing near the control panel of global investing. And when someone like that starts saying tokenization matters, it is worth ordinary women like us understanding why. And that brings me to the next video in the series, what tokenization actually is without all the waffle. Because once you understand who Larry Fink is and why this view matters, the next question is, what on earth is tokenization? Like, really? And more importantly, should you care? Comment token if this has landed with you and you've understood it, and please like and share this video. And if you're ready to watch the next video in the series, which is video number 3, just click on the link somewhere around the screen and I will see you on the other side.